What's up, YouTube? This is the 82-0 podcast. Continuing on, today we're going to talk about tough MVP races in history, right? The most stacked MVP races. And this is going to be a series I'm going to do, but this is the first one to me that came to mind. And I'm talking about the 1961-62 NBA awards voting, right? For the MVP. So ultimately, we all know Bill Russell would win it, but some people, let me make a case for Bill Russell. Many people will look at this and say, how did he win it? Back then, you got to understand, players were the ones who voted for MVP. Now, today, it's the media, right? But back then, it was the players in the league would take a poll, and whoever wins the poll is the MVP. And I think this is a testament of why Bill Russell was so great. The whole league was afraid of him. And there's the argument, too, about his team's record. They had the best record in the league. Because let's look at his numbers alone. He averaged 18.9 points per game, 23.6 rebounds per game, 4.5 assists, and he averaged 15.5 win shares. Now, his defense alone is a big factor why he had so many win shares. Now, second place was Wilt Chamberlain. And Wilt averaged 50.4 points per game, 25.7 rebounds per game, and he averaged 50% field goal shooting, and he averaged 23 win shares. So in my opinion, this is the biggest MVP stealing of all time. You know, I know a lot of people mention Steve Nash stealing an MVP from Shaq and Kobe. I get it. But this is the biggest one in my mind. I get the argument. Russell made his team better and they had a better record. I get it. But, come on. The guy was averaging 50 points per game. And third in MVP voting was Oscar Robertson. 30.8 points per game, 12.5 rebounds per game, 11.4 assists per game. That's right. First player to average a triple-double. And it hadn't been done up until that time, up until 2017. That's how long it took for another player to do it. And he would average 47% from the field, 80% from the free throw line, and he averaged 15.6 win shares. Crazy that a guy with those good numbers is third place, right? But it doesn't stop there. Number 4 was Elgin Baylor in the MVP race. Now, Baylor averaged 38.3 points per game, 18.6 rebounds, 4.6 assists per game, and he averaged 7.9 win shares. Which I want to mention something. I think the reason why Baylor didn't get it is he didn't play a lot of games that year. He only played 48 games because of military service. So that might have been a reason why he didn't get it. I think you got to play a good chunk of this season to get MVP. I'm sure that's what people took into account when they voted. Now, the 5th player in the MVP race was Jerry West. And he was, of course, on the same team with Elgin Baylor. And he himself averaged 30.8 points per game, 7.9 rebounds per game, and 5.4 assists on 44% shooting with 12.9 win shares. Crazy stats, you know? It doesn't stop there. 6th place MVP voter, 6th place in the MVP voting was Bob Pettit, who himself had one of his best years. He put up 31 points per game, 18.7 rebounds per game, and 3.7 assists per game with 11.5 win shares and 45% shooting. So we're already at the 6th player, right, in the voting, 6th place. And look how stacked this is. Any other year, these guys would have won MVP with these stats. And Richie Guerin came in at 7th with 29.5 points per game, 6.4 rebounds per game, 6.9 assists per game, 12.1 win shares. And the 8th place and final player in the MVP voting was Bob Cousy. And Cousy would average 15.7 points per game, 7.8 assists per game, and he averaged 6.3 win shares. And in my opinion, this is the toughest MVP race in NBA history. Name any other MVP race any season that had this many oh my god candidates, you know what I mean? Like players putting up all-time great stats. And I know people are going to look at the Bill Russell stats I mentioned and they're not going to understand the whole context. They're going to say, well, he shouldn't have won it. Like I said, I made an argument for Russell in this video, or for Chamberlain in this video. But I'm saying Russell himself had elite defense. Like on another level defense. He was able to guard the 1 through the 5. So no matter how you look at it, I'd say 1 through 6 had a good